time, in a jungle where the trees touched the clouds and the rivers sang lullabies, there lived an elephant named Ellie. But Ellie was not like other elephants. While other elephants remembered everything, Ellie forgot why she was sad. Every morning, Ellie would walk to the sad river, the only river in the jungle that flowed backwards. Animals went there when their hearts felt heavy. "I wish I could flow backwards too," Ellie whispered to a purple frog sitting nearby. "Then I could go back to when I was happy." The purple frog said nothing, because it was a rock. Ellie was very tired. One Tuesday that felt like a Monday, a zebra named Ziggy galloped to the river. Ziggy was running from everything. Ziggy had anxiety. Ziggy crashed into Ellie's stone. "Oof," said Ziggy. "Hello," said Ellie. "You are black and white, like a piano." "I am a zebra," panted Ziggy, "and I am having what humans call a panic attack. Do you have water?" Ellie gave Ziggy water from her trunk. It was warm, very warm, like soup. "Sorry," said Ellie. "My trunk is like a thermos. I keep things warm." Ziggy drank anyway. When you are thirsty, warm water is still water. "Why are you sad?" asked Ziggy. "I don't remember," said Ellie. "But my heart feels like it is wearing heavy boots." Ziggy understood heavy boots. Ziggy's brain often wore heavy boots too. "Maybe," said Ziggy, "we can take off the boots together." And that is how the sad elephant and the anxious zebra became friends. Not because they were happy, but because they were sad together, which is a different kind of happy. 3 days later, a monkey named Bongo climbed the tallest tree. Bongo was a poet, but Bongo only spoke in drum sounds. Bongo beat his chest. "Boom, chicka, boom, talent show. Boom, chicka, room." All animals gathered. The lion, the giraffe, the hippo. "The jungle talent show," said Ziggy, reading a leaf poster. "Winner gets the golden banana." "Bananas are yellow," said Ellie. "I like yellow." "You should enter," said Ziggy. "I have no talent," said Ellie. "I am just big and gray, and I forget things." "Those are not small things," said Ziggy. "Big is a kind of talent. Gray is a color." "Yesterday," said Ziggy, "you tried to hide behind a tree. The tree was very small. I saw your whole body. I laughed for 1 hour." Ellie remembered. She had felt silly, but Ziggy had laughed. "Maybe," said Ellie. "Silly is close to funny." For 7 days, Ellie and Ziggy practiced. They practiced in the morning, the afternoon, and at night when the fireflies became their stage lights. Ellie tried to tell jokes. "Why did the elephant cross the road?" "Because chickens are very small, and I was giving him a ride." Ziggy smiled. A small smile, but real. "Better," said Ziggy. They practiced dancing. Ellie's feet were large. When she danced, the ground became a drum. Thump, thump, thump. "The earth is singing," said a nearby rabbit. "It is screaming, but happily." She learned to use her trunk to spray water and make rainbows appear. "I am a rainbow machine," shouted Ellie. "You are," said Ziggy. "You make weather." But the night before the show, Ellie could not sleep. She walked to the sad river. "What if I am not funny?" Ellie asked the river. "What if everyone looks at me and sees just a big gray mistake?" Ziggy found her there. "You must stand still and be so big that the fear is afraid of you. You are an island, Ellie. Let the fear flow around you." Ellie looked at her feet. "I can be an island," said Ellie. The night of the talent show arrived. The moon was full and fat, like a silver pancake. All animals sat on grass seats. The stage was made of flat stones and hope. First came the lion. He juggled coconuts and dropped them everywhere. "Comedy!" shouted the lion, covered in coconut milk. The animals clapped. Politely. Then came the giraffe. She tried to sing opera, but she was afraid of heights, so she sang lying down. "La, la, la," sang the giraffe from the ground. It was not good, but it was brave. Then came the hippo in a pink tutu. She spun, she fell, she rolled off the stage and into a bush. "Interpretive dance," shouted the hippo from the bush. Now it was Ellie's turn. Her heart was a drum. Boom, boom, boom. She walked to the stage. She looked at Ziggy. Ziggy made a small circle with her hooves, the sign for island. Ellie became an island. "Hello," said Ellie. "I forget my introduction. Why did the elephant bring a suitcase to the party? Because she wanted to pack her trunk." Ellie lifted a tiny suitcase. The animals laughed. "Why did the elephant cross the road? Because the chicken paid me. I am very expensive. I am an elephant." More laughter. Louder now. Ellie's face was so happy, so surprised at her own joke. "Now," said Ellie, "I will dance." She began to thump. Boom, boom, boom. The ground shook. The fireflies bounced in the air like tiny yellow balls. But then Ellie tripped. Her trunk got caught. Thud. For one moment, everyone was quiet. Then Ellie laughed. "I am okay. I am an island. Islands do not break." She got up. She bowed. The animals were laughing now. Real laughing. Even Bongo the judge fell out of his tree. Ellie was an island, and for the first time, she remembered why she was happy. Bongo climbed back up. He held 3 leaves. On one leaf, he had drawn a banana. A golden banana. "The winner," said Bongo, "is the elephant who fell the best." Ellie won. But Ellie did not care about the golden banana. She saw Ziggy. Ziggy was not running. Ziggy was standing still. Ziggy was crying. Happy crying. They walked to the river. The sad river. But tonight, it looked like silver ribbon. "I think," said Ellie, "I will build a stage here, so animals can be funny or sad or both." Near her big foot, there was a mouse. The mouse was trying to push a peanut. "You're small," said Ellie. "I am concentrated," said the mouse. "Climb on my foot," said Ellie. Tina climbed. It took many minutes. Ellie's foot was like a gray mountain with wrinkles. Finally, Tina stood on Ellie's head. "Why did the elephant sit on the mouse house?" asked Ellie. "To make a flat house." Ellie sat down, gently, but her bottom was big, very big. 1 week later, the sky turned angry gray. The rain came. It was a storm that wanted to be remembered. The river was rising. Tina was in danger. Ellie walked into the river. She was heavy. She was real. Tina jumped onto Ellie's head. "I am an island," whispered Ellie. "Islands do not move." They built a stage. The giraffe held the roof high. The hippo brought mud for decoration. They called it the forward stage because they would move forward. The first show was small. Tina danced on Ellie's head. Ziggy sang. The lion juggled. Everyone cheered because they were together. Many moons passed. Ellie became old, but she always remembered the important things. "Are you happy?" asked Ziggy. "I am," said Ellie, "because I am not alone."